In the space of 2.5 weeks, Alonso has already showcased what Real Madrid is going to be about this season. I am honestly blown away because I did not expect Real Madrid to be playing like a proper team, for the players to be gelling, and for the players to already know what they need to do on the football pitch. Like the coordination and the organization of this whole team and of like what players need to do is amazing, because everybody on that pitch seems to know exactly what to do. In this video, I want to go through 5 things that I picked up from this game, right? So Real Madrid scored 3 goals and Salzburg didn't score any goals, right? And this match, especially the first half, was honestly like one of the best performances I have seen from Real Madrid in a very, 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 very long time. Definitely this season. Definitely this is if we're counting the Club World Cup as the season that just passed, then this is the best performance that we have seen it for Real Madrid. The first thing I want to talk about is actually the formation, because the formation has been something that's on a lot of Real Madrid fans' mind. What system are we going to play, right? Is it going to be a 4-3-3, which is traditionally Real Madrid's formation, or is it going to be a back 3, right? 3-4-3 and whatever, right? So in this game, which I also think as well in the last game against Pachuca, he wanted to play like that, but then with the censor getting the red card, it changed a little bit. But it was still kind of mixed in there a little bit. But with this game, it was a 3-4-3, or maybe like a mix as well of a 3-4-5, right? So we had a back 3 that was solid. We had wing backs that knew exactly their role and where to position themselves. We had I would say a triangle in terms of like the midfield with Gular, Valverde, and then Bellingham. And then we had the front 2, right? Which was Gonzalo Garcia, and then Vini, right? So these players, man, like honestly, this is a completely different team that we haven't seen in a long time, man. They're actually performing like some of the big dogs out there, like PSG, like Liverpool, right? And not Barcelona. And now they're actually showing that they can actually compete with those teams already. Just wait until the actual season starts and these players start to understand even more what Alonso wants them to exactly do, right? So this formation, for me, I don't really mind like what formation they end up playing. If it's a back 3, fine. If it's going to be a 4-3-3, fine, whatever. I just want to see good football. And that is exactly what we got, right? We're seeing good football. So whatever formation does that, amazing. So attacking, we were that formation, right? Let's say a 3-4-3. And then when it came to defending, we actually dropped into a back 5. And then we would have like, let's say a midfield 4. And then Gonzalo up front, right? Vini was kind of like pseudo in midfield in attack. It depended on how much pressure we were under from Salzburg, and being ready for the counterattack, right? So it's quite fluid, and that's the thing. I think that's one of the most things that I like about it, because we have our systems, but it's already being fluid. Like honestly, the players already like click, like they know what they have to do on the pitch, and honestly, in 2.5 weeks, that is madness. That is honestly amazing, right? So I'm all up for this, whatever formation we go for. Point number 2 that I want to go through. So with the next points, what I actually want to do, I'm just going to break it down, right? In terms of like the positions, right? So we'll start with defense. We'll go into wing backs. Then we'll go into midfield. Then we'll go into the attacks, right? And I'll give my what I observed during the match, right? So with the back 3, we had Tchouameni, we had Huizen on the left, and we had Rudiger on the right, right? So man, 10 out of 10. They all played amazing, honestly. Like they played absolutely amazing, right? So let's say, for example, in the first game that we played in the Club World Cup, it was a flat performance. Like I was watching it late, so I was like falling asleep, man. So I know from that game, people were saying like Huizen was absolutely amazing. They could see the potential and the quality in him. I wasn't spotting it, maybe because I'm falling, I was falling asleep. But in these last 2 games, I've really actually seen that this kid is really like something special. Like in terms of like, he has the wisdom of like an experienced center back already, right? And in terms of like his vision in defense, like where to be, interceptions, and clearances and tackles and everything, he knows where to be. And then when it comes to vision in terms of like actually opening up play for us, like finding those key passes, beating players when he needs to, right? And he's so like he's calculated. Like he's similar to like I'm thinking of Modric now in terms of like there's players that make it look very effortless, right? Because they calculate the position the other player is in and their momentum and everything, and he just steps to the side and it just looks so easy and looks so effortless. And he did that on countless of times, right? So I'm really liking Huizen already, and I think he's going to be amazing this season for us, right? And I'm actually looking forward to Militao coming back, because I was like, man, Huizen and Militao, it was a back two. Amazing, man. Absolutely amazing, right? So I think those two together, if we get the Militao, the top Militao, right? Then yeah, it's going to be absolute killer. And then Tchouameni, I thought played amazing. I think he's probably had, there's honestly contenders, but he's probably one of the best performers so far in this Club World Cup, right? And in that central role, like where he's redefending, like redefending, he was amazing. Making blocks, making tackles, knowing when to step forward, knowing like what to do, right? And then Rudiger also playing his part, right? So I think Rudiger, I think he actually plays better like in a back three, because he's not so like in a back three, like he has a little bit more protection, because sometimes I think Rudiger's positioning is really poor, right? And then for example, when balls are coming into the box, he's not in the right position, right? So this back three actually really suits Rudiger. I think he did a really good job. So I think the back three, honestly, like gold, right? And then let's go into the wing backs. This is gonna be point number 3, right? And with the wing backs, man, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. For me, I think, well, actually no, every Real Madrid player was not happy with Garcia and wants Garcia out and everything. But in this game, man, I was looking at Garcia and I was like, what a player. What a player. This is what I guess this is how he was performing before he came to Madrid, right? And in terms of like the wing backs, so Trent, he kind of stays and hovers around the halfway points, right? The halfway point. And then Garcia is tasked with running forward and running back, right? And he has that energy and that he has that energy. And now, like this system, I think is working for him like really, really well. And with these sorts of performances, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, right? So I think he's been very, very key for how Madrid is playing right now at the moment, right? Because for example, let's say if Mendy comes back, then if we're gonna have Mendy and Trent, then who's gonna be playing that role, right? Of like bombing forward and back. Trent isn't really that kind of right back, right? And I like Trent in the position he is now. He's a little bit more like, laid back, but in terms of like, he doesn't have to run forward too much unless there's space and possibility to do so. But he's just that extra man, creating options and finding key passes, right? Making assists, like for the goal for Gonzalo, right? Towards the end. It was deflected a little bit, but hey, still, I'll count it for him, right? So I think the wing backs honestly like played amazing. And then now point number 4. So I want to talk about is now the actual midfield, right? It's a midfield of, let's say, like 2, right? But I'm just gonna count like the player who's been playing like right center forward, or like right center forward, right? So we have like this triangle, which is so fluid, man. It is so fluid and is working, right? So you have Gular, then you have Valverde, and then you have Bellingham. And man, honestly, these last two games with this midfield three has been amazing, amazing. So Gular was shining a lot against Pachuca, and and then as well in that game, you had Valverde playing more forward, right? Playing as that right center forward or right midfield. And then you had, and now they switched it. He switched it this game, right, against Salzburg. So you had now Bellingham playing that role and then coming back and helping him in midfield. But I think honestly now, with literally the same players we had last season, you are actually seeing this midfield click. And that's something I never understood before, is like, how can you have Valverde and Bellingham and for it not to click, right? So Valverde and Bellingham, and then when it was like to Tchouameni or Camavinga, how can you not get that midfield to click? So we literally have like Valverde and Bellingham who are complete midfielders because they can do anything on a football pitch, right? In terms of defense, attack, carrying the ball, vision, passing, all these different things, right? And I think that's the thing I'm happiest the most, is that Valverde has been finally unleashed. Like when Valverde broke through into the Madrid team, right? When we had that amazing midfield and he was coming in and breaking through, he was that box-to-box midfielder, right? He would do so many like ball carries, right? And so many amazing passes and all these different things, right? Also chipping in and playing on the right midfield, right? So now I feel that, yeah, in this game, Valverde's finally been released. Well, one, he's our captain now, so he's been given more responsibility. So that's amazing, and he needs that because he is that good. So we've been using Valverde as kind of like this anchor, you know? Okay, everybody else goes forward, you stay back because you need to cover everybody else. But now the team is actually, it's only one game, but the team is actually working as a team. They're gelling, you know, they know their pressing triggers, you know, which was honestly amazing, right? Because they're literally just doing things very, very, very right. Like they're not just running aimlessly. They're being very clinical. They already understand their pressing triggers, okay, which is crazy. And when it comes to actually defending, when the other team has the ball and is close to our goal, like they're quite compact. Like it was impossible for Salzburg to get through that our whole team, right? To get through that midfield and get that through the defense, right? And that's probably one of the problems that we had in the first two games. And for example, in the last game against Pachuca, is that like from defense to midfield, they were getting in those pockets so easily. And so many teams have done that this season that just passed, right? So now, like, it was a lot more compact. Like, honestly, they just did everything. They did everything, like, great, man. Everything was amazing, right? So I am all up for giving a lot more responsibility to our captain, Valverde, because for me, he is the true king of Real Madrid. He is the one who, like, you don't want him to go. Everybody else is, yeah, okay. No, you don't want anyone to go, but especially Valverde. Especially Valverde. Valverde is the king of Real Madrid, in my opinion, right? And then you had Bellingham. So we're finally seeing like Bellingham being able to showcase everything he can do on a football pitch, right? In terms of attack, defense, like he now has the instructions on what he needs to do. And then now it just looks so simple now, you know? So I think honestly that midfield three is working. It is working, right? So Gular was a little more quieter in this game as opposed to against Pachuca, but he still played his part in terms of like, yeah, well, winning balls, right? Like, because that's something Madrid were amazing at. Like, we're actually winning 50-50s, right? And competing. And then, so he was really good in that. And he was good in getting into positions where he can help the team and be that option, right? So, yeah, there were some cases where where he wasn't doing that. And then I think Huizen was already giving out to him. So, I don't know what it is, but players seem to love giving out to Gular. Whether it's Bellingham or Vinny or whatever. And now Huizen's only been here for like 2 seconds. he's already giving out to Gular, right? So must be a thing going on in Madrid, right? So always pick on Gular. Or maybe he's actually just in the wrong position, needs to be told, right? And then you had our forwards. So now you're looking at Gonzalo and Vinny. So in this game, I think we've seen now Vinny like adapting, right? He's adapting to what Alonso wants him to do, and he's playing amazing. He had a goal and assist, right? And I didn't even touch on the goals, but yeah, but I just think the performance overall was amazing, right? So you had Gonzalo. Yeah, Gonzalo for me, what I've seen so far is like he does the simple stuff like very, very good, you know. He's just there, the link up play, and this is what, for example, Hosselu was offering us. And yeah, Gonzalo has a lot more quality, right? But now that link up play, that's we didn't have last season, right? So now for me, I'm like Gonzalo Garcia. Yeah, for me, man, I think he needs to be in the first team. Like, if anything, I was actually thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, Mbappe, obviously playing there. And then we have Endrick. I still think Endrick should stay here and not go out on loan or something. And then there was those rumors of, okay, should Madrid get Budimir? Because yeah, you're guaranteed. Yeah, let's say you will get, let's say 10 to 15 goals for him, right? Goals in the La Liga for him. Depending on how many times he plays. So he would be a good option, right, to change things up. But we're actually seeing that Gonzalo Garcia can actually offer that. So I think I would much rather actually take our bets on him because, yeah, we can develop him in the coming seasons after that. Because I think, yeah, there's also a player there, right? So it's only been 3 games, but honestly, he's played amazing in my opinion. He has he has 2 goals and 1 assist already, and some of his link up play, some of his flicks and everything. Like this is just like simple stuff that I was like, why last season? Why isn't Vinny, Rodrigo, Mbappe doing this, right? And like he's coming in and he's literally just doing the simple stuff. Like, keep the ball moving. The ball is faster than any player, so keep the ball moving, right? And he's doing that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then Vinny, man, stepping up, playing amazing, and this is the Vinny that we need. We want to keep that momentum going. So yeah, that was point number 5, right? Yeah, point number 5. So this was honestly, I think this was now yeah, a wake-up call to the rest of Europe, because Madrid, we all know they have the players, they have the talent, right? And they have been underperforming for a while. And then now with the direction they're getting from Alonso and yeah, the tactics and everything, we are literally going to see like Madrid just blow up. Like I was saying, yeah, it's still going to take some time to adapt, right? Because yeah, once again, it's 1 game. So when we come up against better teams, yeah, obviously it's going to become more difficult, right? So you do have to keep that into mind. But yeah, literally, I think for me, this was the best game that we've seen in this last year, right? From Madrid. So I'm excited to see what like more training days, more understanding of Alonso's tactics are going to take this team, because now I think honestly we can compete for everything this coming season. La Liga, we're always going to compete, because yeah, regardless of how bad we were last season, we're 4 points behind Barcelona. So now we're a better team. So yeah, I think for example La Liga is ours, you know. And then we have the Champions League, and now I think we're in there for the hat. Might be speaking a bit too soon, but hey, I'm a fan, so you gotta dream, right? If the players have showed me, Alonso has showed me that they can gel and they can work together and they can put out performances like this. So, and I'm seeing all the right things. Valverde, our captain, finally being given the responsibility. Bellingham being allowed to be a complete midfielder and getting the instructions of like, yeah, when to attack, when to defend. Gular being, yeah, he feels like he's being seen now by Alonso and he's getting the instructions that he needs. And now we're seeing like the best of Gular, right, in midfield, right? And then, yeah, Vinny, amazing. Kids stepping up from the academy, you know, so everything is looking very, very rosy at the moment, right? But once again, it's only one game. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys. So those are all the points. And do not forget to subscribe for more videos on everything Real Madrid. And I will see you on the next one.